Increase arrest for assault during hurricanes. That's what we're talking about today. We're also going to be talking about bonding in and out of the jail and how to get booked in, booked out, and that being affected by a disaster like Hurricane Beryl. So let's talk about assault, family violence. We definitely see an increase in assault, family violence cases being filed at the DA's office when we have a natural disaster. During COVID itself, we had a huge increase in the percentage of cases being filed by the DA's office. And it can go from assault class C to felony assaults, things like that. So, what's an assault class C? That would be if you have offensive contact or a threat to somebody. For example, if you push the other person and it's not with their consent, it is, they're offended by that, but it didn't cause pain, it didn't cause bodily injury, which means any kind of pain or physical mark, like a scratch, red mark, something like that. If there was that scratch or red mark, it was caused by a slap, a punch, pushing someone down, and that caused a bruise. That could be a Class A family violence. The difference there is a Class C is like a ticket, and it can even be handled by a deferred disposition, which could eventually lead to an expunction. The Class A cannot. The Class A, even if you get deferred adjudication probation, it'll stay on your record forever. The only way to get a Class A family violence case expunged is to get it fully dismissed. Another thing to look at here when we are talking about disasters, why do we have an increase? Well, there's an increase in stress in the home during a disaster. If you're outside all day trying to deal with the generator to get the electricity going in your house, to get the air conditioner working again in the Texas heat, and something that was going to set off other issues that were happening in the marriage previously, or allegations of cheating or something like that. If you combine that with all the stress of the disaster, it can take an event that wouldn't have led to an assault and push it over the edge where you do get an assault. There's a 911 call made, things like that. We see a lot of increases in that during some kind of natural disaster. There can also be a lot of delays at the jail during a disaster. You have a couple different things that have to happen, or a few different things that have to happen when you get arrested. You have to get booked into the jail, meaning they have to take your fingerprints, they have to take a mug shot of you, they're going to dress you out, take your property, inventory all your personal items so they get returned to you when you leave the jail. Then, if you have a case that requires attendance at probable cause court, like any kind of felony or a serious family member case like an assault, family violence, you have to go to probable cause court to get a bond set. You'll also have to go there in order to get the protective order and emergency bond conditions set in your case. The judge is going to read them off to you and say you can't go home, you can't talk with the victim, things like that. So if you, let's say you get arrested at 8 in the morning, probable cause court normally starts at 9 in the morning. Well, you're not going to make that probable cause court because they won't finish booking you into the jail and giving you an attendance at that PC court. They're going to wait, and you're not going to get booked in maybe till like noon or 2 o'clock that day because of the line and the wait that they have. Then you'll have to go to PC court the following day in the morning. So you could be in jail for a very long time if you get arrested too early in the morning. If you get arrested, or you turn yourself in on a warrant or something like that during a disaster is a really bad time for that, because all these processes get delayed because anybody who has to be on the outside and accomplish something like a bail bondsman, an attorney, the judge, any of that stuff, that gets delayed severely. So definitely a bad time to get arrested. If you have been arrested and you need help, then definitely call an attorney. That's always a good first step. Call a bail bondsman as well. They can help out in all those things. Thanks for tuning in. As always, this is for educational purposes only. If you need advice from an attorney, talk to one, and we'll see you next time.